Hi, and welcome back to the Bronx Journal. My name is Rhisa Parera. BombaYo is a youth project dedicated to preserving the rich Afro-Puerto Rican tradition known as Bomba, which is a musical experience that unites singers, drummers, and dancers. Jose Ortiz, aka Dr.Drum, is a Bronx native and self-taught percussionist of Afro-Caribbean rhythms. For many years, he has been involved with numerous after-school programs and continues teaching workshops throughout New York City, introducing his students to the energy of the Puerto Rican Bomba. Jose, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So I guess we can start a little bit. Just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you were introduced to music.
Well, how I was introduced to music.
Or I guess Bomba specifically.
Yeah. Well, it started with the drum. And the first sounds, I remember it was age of 4 in Claremont, where I heard the sound of drums, and I ran across the street and got hit by a car in 1963. And so that was my first introduction to drumming.
Wow.
So yeah, that's how it all happened. And that I grew up always with that desire to drum.
Cool. So why do they call you Dr. Drum? Was it inspired by your work?
Well, it was actually, it derived from my upbringing, the lack of what I didn't get growing up. I wind up finding a way to do it with the youth as an adult. And that started in 1999. And I went out during the summer and started drumming with the kids in the park. And there was a sense of healing from that experience. And I saw myself helping kids, but at the same time, I'm helping myself and recapture something that I lost growing up.
Yeah.
And so I woke up one morning and I just said, I'm Dr. Drum.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
So I guess we can say, what exactly is Bomba? I guess for people who don't really are familiar with it or don't know anything about it. Like, I guess if you were telling someone for the first time, like, what is Bomba?
What is Bomba? It's a good question, but there's no one answer to that, right? And so I think that's where I would like to kind of set the tone first, is to, you know, for our audience to understand that there's no one answer to Bomba. You know, there are many variations of that, right? But what it is for Puerto Rico, right, it is the oldest African-derived musical genre in the island. And so a lot that, you know, that happened afterwards, that whatever we're doing today, a lot of it was inspired from those rhythms. So for Puerto Rico, Bomba is not just a musical component, but it's part of our identity. So yeah, you know, it's, and later on, if we get a chance, we'll get to see how the drums, the barrel drums and those sounds. And so you will see that there's something different about the sound of Bomba, right? So to keep it all in a nutshell, it's a music that came from an oppressed society, the enslaved Africans, that this was a form of expression to relieve, to remember, right? But it has evolved from that time to now, right? And so today it's a living tradition for us, and it's a way to remember about our history, but also to continue that. Right?
Yeah, thanks. So I guess that ties into that question. Like, why do you think many Puerto Ricans are not aware of their African roots or Taino roots as well?
Well, it's a good question, and it takes time to answer that also. But yeah, it comes from our history on the island and how part of that was part of the oppressor. You know, Bomba was regulated in the 1800s, and for a lot of reasons. Part of it was even what happened after the Haitian Revolution. So you see, there's many ways of understanding Bomba and how it affected our lives on the island. And so being regulated, and what happened after that, it became a thing where eso no se hace, right? And so this culture of, because that's another culture of denying your roots, right? This is what happened here in Puerto Rico. It didn't happen here. We're not disconnected because it happened here. It happened already. It was already happening. It's part of our way of being. And so, yeah, it's it's been a challenge bringing that out in the open today. It's still new information.
Yeah.
And so we're learning that now.
Yeah, we were talking about that because even my family still does that, and I know they did it years ago, so I know it's something that it hasn't really changed that much from there till now.
Yes,
So.
which that famous poem by Vizcarrondo, y tu abuela, ¿dónde está? Right? Talking about a grandmother who was black, but you know, everyone in the front line was white, right? Mm-hmm. So they hid her in the back room, right?
Yeah.
So this is what we're talking about, this denial of our blackness. So Bomba plays a big part in that.
So how does BombaYo benefit our youth today?
Wow, how it benefits our youth. Well, one thing that you know, we all have our way, we all have our agenda. And when I talk about I'm talking about Bomba practitioners. You know, there's several us out here that are teaching Bomba, and we all have our different angles. You know, one thing that for me, and what Bomba has done for me personally, and so that's what I teach, my personal experience. And what happened was, I really did not know about my Puerto Ricanness and my history until I started doing Bomba. And that experience itself was something big for me, and so that's what I give to the youth. And what I have seen, what happened through BombaYo, you know, those members, those founding members are in college today, you know, and they did it through Bomba.
And how does the community benefit from the workshops that you do?
Well, we're talking about awareness of self, right? We're talking about validating, placing value in our identity, right? This is one of our biggest issues in our community that I think that even politicians having a problems dealing with, don't understand what our community needs and their needs, right? And so we're trying to fix things from this perspective here, right? Whereas we know that there's already issues and there's problems. Because I didn't grow up learning Puerto Rican history.
Yeah.
I learned about, you know, American history here, right? And so this is what's been the problem. We never valued ourselves. So how are we going to have a healthy community if we don't know who we are?
Exactly.
And so this is why Bomba, you know, for many it may be an entertainment, a musical piece, but for us Puerto Ricans that do not know about Bomba, it's our education. And we need to have that education so that we can move forward.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So when we come back, BombaYo will have a performance for us.
Every year, mothers lose their babies to gun crimes. You'll always be your mother's baby. So before you commit a gun crime, think about who you'll leave behind. Gun crimes hit home.
Baila,
Anytime.
Thank you guys so much. That was awesome. Great job. So can you tell everybody where they can contact you?
Yeah, BombaYo.org.
And stay tuned for more Bronx Journal.